Today I'm going to be reviewing the U8 Smartwatch, which you can see over here. The U8 Smartwatch is a generic Chinese smartwatch which runs on Nucleus OS, which is a really tiny version of an OS, which runs on really low battery performance devices and stuff. The U8 sports a MediaTek chip inside, which ensures that it works with MediaTek's smartware platform. Don't get me mistaken, the U8 does not run Android Wear and is not compatible with Android Wear apps. So, first of all, let me show you with what the U8 was packaged with. First of all, it came in an envelope with the U8. This user guide manual, which is not useful at all apart from knowing the parts of the smartwatch. Pretty much other than that, it's pretty much useless, so put it aside. It came with this USB, it's actually a pretty sturdy and good micro USB actually cable, which can charge Android phones as well, which I unfortunately don't use because I use my smartphone's charger. No, it actually didn't come with the glasses. It also came with a tool which helps open the steel back of the U8, but I don't seem to find it right now. But it doesn't really matter since I didn't really open the back of the U8. So, first of all, let's see, the U8 is made out of this plastic band over here, which occasionally does gather dust, so you want to clean it up once in a while. Be careful without getting any water into the watch actually, since it's not waterproof. The watch itself over here, as you can see, the bands start to kind of deteriorate after time, but it's a pretty sturdy build. I really like it. For the money, it's pretty much worth it. You can actually pick it up for from 15 euros to like up to 40 and stuff. I think there's currently a deal on Amazon which sells it for $15 US. I'm not really sure about that, but you should check it out. So the U8 has a pretty sturdy build, and up front, this is a minor scratch I made a while ago. I have owned the watch for a few months now, and I think it's safe to make a review now, saying what I think and what I think is wrong with this watch. So the watch has a really sturdy build, a really good one. You can actually feel it just by pressing. It has a really great build, and it was manufactured really fine, but as of metal, it's only the buckle and the steel back over here. There's no other metal on the watch. Even though it feels so, everything else is plastic, even the touchscreen. So, up front you can see the 3 buttons which you can press over here. They're not physical, but they're not software buttons either. You just hit them like here. The plastic touchscreen shows out from the bezels around, so that's what I don't really like about it. When the screen's open, it doesn't really show. On the side, we have this gap over here, which is actually let me bring it kind of closer so you guys can see. This is the speaker. And next to it, we have this covered USB port from which you do the charging. Actually, I really don't know why they have it here. I think you can remove it, but just for some water protection, I really don't know. Next to it, we have the microphone. This hole is the microphone. On the back, it's the steel back from here. As you can see, there's a little cut over here. You can actually just flip the cover open. I haven't done it yet, but I have seen photos, even though I don't see a reason to do it. Over here we have this hole with which you can use a paper clip to reset the watch in case it gets stuck. Up to now, it has gotten stuck with me only a couple of times, and there was always like a paper clip around, so you can put it in the hole, keep it down for 10 seconds, and the watch will reset. As you can see on the sides, the band is adjustable and it's pretty well attached to the watch, even though I feel that if you pull it well enough, it will actually detach. On the other side, we have the power button, which you hit to light up the display. And that's pretty much it as towards the build of the watch. Keep in mind that in order for the watch to operate, you actually need a smartphone. It doesn't have a SIM card inside, so without further ado, let me light up the watch. So first thing you notice is the welcome screen and the pretty cheesy Nokia music which you hear all around. There you go, it's connecting to our phone. As you can see, well, actually a word of notice before we do anything. The U8 comes from two actually major, I think, providers, Elegance and Lemfo. So you can find an Elegance U8 and a Lemfo U8, which are, I think, kind of more highly priced. I think the Lemfo U8 is the $15 U8 that you can find around. I bought mine as a generic U8. Many people call these U8 clones, even though they have like the same functionality. And I think the only difference is with the music at the beginning. I'm not really sure anything else that it does. But if you try to flash a U8 clone, you cannot, because I think only Lemfo or Elegance actually provide firmwares. So if you try to flash a non-Elegance U8 with an Elegance firmware, it won't actually really work. So I don't think there's any difference with the clones and the Elegance, just by the only the firmware. It has just different maybe icons or maybe a different startup and shutdown music. I will show you the shutdown later. So we are here on the home screen. You can see the date, you can see the time. On the top left, you can see the Bluetooth indicator icon, which shows whether our watch is connected to the phone or not. And on the top right, you can see the battery icon, which shows how much battery the watch has. So you can also see these three icons. You have the Bluetooth icon, the call log icon, and the contacts icon over here. So without further ado, let me show you what the Bluetooth does. It's actually a menu for the devices that you have connected in the past to your U8, and you can actually just search for a new device up here, or you can select the device to connect to or disconnect accordingly. Let's go back. Then you can go, let me show you the call log. It actually just shows the missed calls, dialed calls and stuff, so yeah, nothing special over here. Let's go to the contacts. I think I actually have to give permissions to the phone. I really don't know. Just give me a second, everybody. Yeah, I don't know why the contacts aren't loading at the moment, but it's really weird. I'll try later or something. Really don't know why, though it should load. Anyways, let me lock my phone again. As you can see, I'm gonna try later for the phone book, not right now. Don't know why it's lagging. Anyways, as you can see, the touchscreen is pretty responsive. It's really great responsive, even though I didn't really expect it for such a cheap device. So, from the main menu, let's go back to the main menu. You can use either of these three buttons. The first one is the menu button, which just opens up the menu. Second one is the back button over here, and this one is the dialer button. So through the dialer you can actually make phone calls through the watch. You can actually hear people from the watch and use the microphone over here. So let me dial a random number over here, and let me show you how the call feature works. As you can see, it has call recognition and stuff. So let me close the call before someone actually answers. And there you go. As you can see, you can actually answer calls from here. I will show you how you can listen to the watch later. I'll play something so you can guys see how the speaker performs. Let me go back. You also have the messages panel, which you can see the messages you sent and the messages you have received. As you can see, here are the messages. You can just click them and see what they write. There you go. You can see the screen. There you go. And you can also see the send messages and stuff. Don't worry about the square boxes. They're just because my contacts are in a foreign language, so you can't really. The watch doesn't have recognition for those characters. I will show you what languages the watch supports later. So actually, now let's head on the second page. We have the calls. I already showed you. We have the BT music. I will show you in a sec, and the BT camera. First of all, let me demonstrate the notifications feature. You actually can open up, and the watch shows you the notifications the phone may have. I currently don't have any notifications around here, so and I really can't get someone to send me a message or something. So this is just the notification panel. Let me see if I can get some sort of a notification around here. Yeah, don't really see anything. Let me download an app from the Play Store. By the way, this is the app that you want to use when using the U8. I have tried many apps, but most of them fail. So Smartware by Galapad Technology is it's really a fail-safe mode. You may need to try a while actually trying to pair it, but it's definitely worth it. So let me try and install an app. Let's say I want to install Instagram. So let me hit install on Instagram and let me put it down and lock the phone. When the app is installed, I will get a notification on the app over here. So let me go back to the watch and show you something else until the notification pops up. I will come back to this page later, but until then let me show you around the settings. First option of the setting is the BT Notice APK. It actually just shows a couple of barcodes which help you download the app, which the app it gives you is usually not working, so that's why I showed you the Galapad app. Then you got the clock. You just put the clock type, which is the watch faces. You can change like the watch faces on the main menu. Let me show you. Yeah, there you go. That's the main menu instead of the other one. And oops. Let me go back to the settings and let me show you the other watch face. And there you go. This is the other watch face. So let me go back and turn it back to analog. There you go. Actually digital. Sorry. Then you can set the time and date and whether it vibrates per hour or not. And then we go to the sound panel, from which you can actually just change it from ringing only, vibrate and ring, and vibrate and then ring. You get the point. You get the ring mode over here, which you can actually repeat or have the notification just go once. And there's an inbound set of 5 ringtones which you can just hold down or listen to. Yeah, I personally think they kind of suck. Anyways, let's go to the volume. You've got your ringtone volume, which is when someone calls you, the multimedia volume, which is from songs, and the keypad volume, which is whether you make key presses or not, which I currently have turned off. And let's get to the languages. The U8 watch supports English, French, Spanish, Portuguese, Italian, Dutch, Turkish, and Russian. So let me go down to the display. You got your brightness over here, which I currently have set to 5. That's all. Anyway, let me put it up so you guys can watch. Screen timeout, which is the screen timeout I have over here, and the home page color, which just lets you select from 3 backgrounds: pink, blue, and black. That's pretty much it. Oops, set it back to black. There you go. You also have the battery icon, which pretty much does nothing but just indicates largely what the battery does. And you got the Bluetooth, where you can power on and off the Bluetooth, where you can make it visible or not, and see the Bluetooth name, which is U8. And there's also reset data in case you want to reset your data. Wow, why did it do that? Let me put it back to black. It's under display, homepage color, back to black. Okay. So, you also have your anti-last icon over here, which just notifies you when your phone disconnects with the U8 Smartwatch, in case your phone is lost or your watch is lost. You got the power saving mode, which just dims the display a little bit more. You got the tools, which you got your calendar over here, pretty practical actually, it just shows around the months and stuff. There you go. You got your alarm, where you can set alarms which can only be on vibrate. You can actually wear the watch and the alarm will just vibrate on your hand, which is a really cool feature. I really like it. You got the calculator, pretty basic calculator. Let me go back to let me go back to the tools. You also have your stopwatch over here, which is the typical and the N-Wave stopwatch, and it's pretty much a stopwatch. That's it. There you go. You got your barometer, which shows you some basic information over here. You got your altimeter, which you can set from a starting point and then start increasing it. As you can see, yeah, as you cannot see, yeah, it's kind of mixed up. But at times it can get pretty accurate. Anyways, you got your pedometer, which is pretty accurate. I have already tested it a bunch of times. You can put it to run in the background, so it will keep data all the time. You can also view back your records. I have a bunch of records over here, which are pretty accurate actually. And it also shows you how much calories you have burned, in case you actually like to run. You got your sleep monitor, which you just started up and shows you this pretty cow. Well, you're sleeping, and once you hit end, it just tells you how much you have slept and whether you have been in the deep sleep phase. That's pretty much about these. Let me go back to the second page where I had to show you the notifications. Yeah, there's no notification, it just installed. Oh, it's waiting for the network, so yeah, give me a second, let me have it download and connect back to the Wi-Fi. So Instagram is now installing on the phone. I'll just give it a second and go access the BT Notice. In the meantime, you got your BT camera and the BT music. I'll just explain right now what they do. For the BT camera, you first have to open the camera from your smartwatch actually, and if you for example just put the smartphone at some point, and it actually acts like a remote. I'll show you in just a sec. And BT music is pretty much the same, you just play music from your phone. So let me go back to the BT Notice. As you can see, we have the notification that says Instagram successfully installed, and it gives me the icon and the date and time. And you can also swipe on the top to just say, yeah, there you go, Instagram installing. You can just swipe around the notifications over here and just see them. You can also go to options and delete specific notifications, block notifications, or even empty all the notification log. The U8 can hold up to the past 5 notifications, I think, and then it will just, the last notification will go away when a new one comes. So, back, and let me show you how the BT music works. On some phones, the BT music, you can just hit play, and yeah, there you go. As you can see, it's playing. Or else you can just go through the phone. The music will play by default through the watch unless you put something else to do so. So let me find the song from the phone, and let me turn up the volume over here. When the watch is close to the phone, it has actually pretty decent audio quality, which you can tweak around with Viper for Android, which I don't... Yeah, there you go. I have the audio effects, which I'll put on and turn it to dance, put some extra bass boost, some surround sound, or actually just close it. You can actually feel the watch vibrating when it's playing, and this is actually the maximum volume, so let me put it down. Has really decent audio quality for such a small speaker. And there you go, that's the BT music. What I really find as a con on the BT music is that I can't actually access the song list from the watch, which is kind of weird, but anyways, that's it. That's the BT music. It actually plays really decently. So let me demonstrate the BT camera. So let's say that I open up the camera from the phone. Where is the camera? There you go, camera. And I have it over here. Let me show you guys. So that's the camera. So let me hit BT camera. As you can see, the interface goes away and your phone is just a screen. And you can actually hit capture from the phone. And you can see over here the photo you have shot. And you can shoot more photos the same way. It's actually just a remote of the camera on your phone. And you can see the preview images over here, so let me shoot something else, for example. Let me shoot the corner of the laptop over here. Go back, capture. And there you go, you got your preview over here. Well, that's it pretty much about the functionalities of the smartwatch. Let me close up the phone. That's pretty much it about the functionalities of the U8 Smartwatch. Now, I have to note you that in my version of the U8, I don't know if all U8 smartwatches have this, but it also has some pretty annoying vibrate and sound with notifications about exercise and drinking water, which I really can't seem to turn off. That's a real deal breaker for me. But if you get like, I think, an Elegance or a Lemfo, I think those notifications are turned off by default. Well, that's pretty much it. I believe that if you want to fiddle around with the smartwatch concept and see whether it's for you, I would recommend buying one if you're not too sensitive about like $15 and stuff. I believe that's a good buy just to mess around with the smartwatch concept. Or else, if you're actually interested in having a more serious smartwatch, more good looking and stuff, I would recommend the Blaze Rover, which is actually I think it runs on about the same features, but it's designed by Blaze, and it's actually, I think, an Apple Watch, a pretty well-made Apple Watch clone, which is made out of steel and has a really decent quality. Or else, if you just want to fiddle around on the weekends, or you know, maybe just have this for the fun of it, you can. The U8 is a really decent solution. So I guess that's pretty much it, everybody. See you next time. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I guess see you the next time.